How's it going, Laser Bruises? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to Ever 17. We've done Yu's true ending and we've done Sarah's true ending. It is time to branch off. There is one particular choice that branches the story into two major paths. Now we're going down the other side, which means most of this is going to be brand new. I was thinking we'll do Sora's ending this time. So let's jump in. I'm going to skip a bunch until we get to some new stuff. But basically all you need to know is we need to make choices that are beneficial to Sora to make her like us more, to head toward that ending. That's all. Let's jump in. I'll bring you back as soon as we get to the major choice. Alright, here we are. This is the first... Sorry. Alright, here we go. This is the first major choice in this run, and I would argue, looking at the flowchart, the most important choice in the entire game. Because what you pick here chooses whether you're going to go down the Tsugumi Sora side of the story, or the Yu Sarah side of the story. And when we say, who am I, that takes us down the Yu Sarah side. So this time we're going, I've got to find my friends. So that's probably going to change a lot. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, see, it even changed the dialogue box to green. I got to find them. I quietly open the door. I turn the knob and the door to the elevator opens slowly. System... What? Wider round... I don't know. I heard the mechanical announcement, but didn't understand what it meant. The battery is probably dead. I pushed the button, but my PDA didn't respond. Thanks to the help of the backlight of my display, I'd found the emergency menu opening mechanism for the door. Hey, are you alive? I spoke to the girl. Oh, we're playing as Takeshi now. So when we go down one side, we play as Kid, and when we go down the other side, we play as Takeshi? We're Takeshi now. That's why the dialogue box changed. Yes. She looked a little tired. The floor was silent. I heard the sound of water flowing somewhere. It was a muffled sound, but there was no sign of anyone around. What's going on here? I don't know. Let's go see if we can find anyone else. We went into the corridor. Most of the doors were locked as if keeping us from intruding. We found a floor directory, so we decided to look around the rooms and the rooms listed on it. We came to an open space. It was called the rest area. On the floor there was scattered a mess of bags, a pair of shoes, wrapping paper from the souvenir shop and other stuff. As I'd expected, there was no one there. There was a thick set of shutters in the circular space in the center of the area. I laughed an empty laugh. I wonder if this area is under construction. That's probably why nobody's here, yeah. I'll bet that's why. Let's try the next place. We continued down the path we've been walking. The door to the corridor was shut firmly. Doesn't this door open? I don't think it will. I don't see a switch. We chose the corridor, which was open, and walked slowly down it. We didn't come across anyone. I felt like we were walking a route that someone had set up for us. A door on the side of the corridor had been left open. We went in. There was a stand selling tuna sandwiches. Tuna sandwiches instead of chickens. What the fuck is going on here? My whole world just got turned upside down. The chicken sandwiches became tuna sandwiches. It smelled like they'd been cooking until recently. Hey mister, I'll take 2 of the sandwiches that are half price on weekdays. If only someone was here. Looks like he ran off and left his stand. Doesn't he have any pride? Huh? There aren't any other customers here. Business isn't exactly booming, is it? I'm hungry. I wasted too much energy walking around, and my friends take off somewhere without telling me. Don't you think that's rude? Not really. We just met, and I don't particularly care about you. Okay, whatever you say. We returned to the corridor we'd come from, turned at an intersection, and looked for other rooms. Everywhere looked the same. I wonder if everyone was hiding somewhere. Maybe they're trying to surprise us. Is it my birthday? Is it a birthday party? What? Why do you think so? Well, it's just kind of a feeling. I had to speak to stay calm. I felt like if I went quiet, I would return to the darkness of before. In the room we next went in, ruins were awaiting us. Lemurian ruins. They were filled with silence. If it weren't for the paper garbage strewn across the floor, it would have been hard to believe that anyone had been around. Where is everybody? Hey, give me a break here. Where did everybody go? There's a limit to how far you can take a joke. Why doesn't anyone come out? I sank to the floor. I don't know why, but I was having trouble breathing. Against my will, I started to sweat. What do you think? What happened here? Why haven't we seen anyone? I don't know. There's only one thing for sure. She said this without changing the expression on her face. This is not normal. If this keeps up, we could be in danger. Don't you think so? She stared at me with calm eyes. I thought I heard a low groan from somewhere. I swallowed nervously. I nodded uncomfortably. The next instant, the girl dashed to the other side of the corridor. I quickly stood up and followed her. I was exhausted, but I used every ounce of my power to push ahead. We jumped into a small entrance on the side of the corridor. We headed up. We started climbing upstairs at top speed. We ignored our pounding hearts. We simply ran. We ran without looking back. We ran. We reached the top floor and I put my hand on the emergency hatch connecting to the floating island. The knob didn't budge. Damn, why won't it open? The whole structure rocked. The hatch gave off a squeaking sound and the knob bent unnaturally. This way, the girl screamed. We rushed back to the stairs again. We had no time to go down each step. We jumped down toward the direction where we could see the corridor. The impact with the ground rattled my knees terribly, but I ignored the pain. I was out of breath, I gasped. Safe place? The girl's expression didn't change. She hasn't lost her breath much after running that hard. Hey, don't you want to rest? I want to rest. Go ahead, do what you want. Fine then. I sat down on the floor. The girl walked slowly ahead down the corridor. We could see hundreds of colourful fish swimming comfortably outside the windows. The room was quiet too. It was just the two of us, me and her. This is when I remembered I still didn't know who she was. She told me to do what I want, but until then we've been trying to escape together. I wonder what she was all about. It was all a mystery to me. Who? Her voice caused me to look up. She hadn't said it to me. Hey, was somebody there? I asked this as I stood. The girl stood still. Her eyes were focused in the distance. I followed her gaze. A lady had appeared where there had been no sign of anyone a moment before. She was dressed as a park employee. I hadn't heard any footsteps. What in the... When did she get here? From here. This area is not safe. Please escape. Please, please, you must escape from here. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. She looked slightly panicked. Hey, what's happening? What's dangerous? Stay calm. Explain what's going on. You need to escape. We've had unexpected trouble. Level Delta, TF Blau. She mumbled this again. Isn't that the virus? Please escape. Please. Please get out of here. Oh no. Glass shattered, a massive amount of seawater, and countless fish came flooding in. The poor fish. It was as if they were attacking me. Oh wow, a new cutscene. I'm having a good time with these cutscenes. What are you doing? Hurry! Whoa! The force of the water and destruction was incredible. The approaching swell mowed down everything in its path. It swirled and swallowed debris on the floor. Someone's dropped purse. A floor guide for the facility. Anything and everything it encountered. I wonder how fast that water is moving. Ridiculous thoughts flashed through my mind. And I wonder how fast I can run. There's no guarantee the water wouldn't catch me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I ran frantically and jumped in the air. There was water flowing underfoot. Whoa! I slipped. I knew this was bad. If I took a spill, I'd be sleeping with these fish. There's so much trouble. I was carried along into the air. The girl would grab my arm and yank me forward with incredible force. She ran lithely like a tiny gazelle, and her speed. I thought I just hopped into a car. It almost felt as though she might rip my arm off. Her strength was unbelievable. Over here, hurry, hurry! I know. And even harder to believe was that the park attendant was running ahead of us, leading the way. When did she... It looked like she'd just been sucked into the swirling waters ahead, but no. Damn. This is no good. It's not functioning. Go back. There's no time. We bounded from the slope into another corridor. Crap. Which way do we take to get out of here? We all ran without stopping, looking for an exit. It's a dead end. Can we go through here? Yes. I'm going. Hey, this isn't a corridor. Hey, it's the other cutscene now. Cool. She kicked through some metal mesh and into a big air exhaust duct. It was a sloping pipe-like tube. We shot down the incline, stumbling. It sounded like there was a crazed froth of angry water roaring behind me. No. I was already caught up in it. Everyone was just flushed along. We were spun in circles. I had no idea which way was up and which down. And then we were spit out in a corridor on the lower level. Saved by a hair, the shutter on the duct clanked shut solidly behind us. The flow of water finally stopped. It was solid ground. It was a floor. I was safe. I wasn't in the water. I was alive. That was good. Good? There was still fish flopping around on the floor, but the water had receded a while earlier. The sector has been confirmed drained free of water. However, 30% of the facility is already believed to be submerged or completely flooded. Hey, wait just a second. I thought we were going to escape up. If we go down, hey, what are we supposed to do now? There's no point arguing about this. I'm sorry, but the employee looked extremely sorry and was bowing. This is my responsibility. It's not your fault. It's an accident. I don't think that this is any one person's fault. But why has this happened? That's the issue. Sorry, I'm just a little aggravated. I didn't mean to take it out on you. It's okay. The fish on the floor was still jumping around. I'm really sorry. The park employee was bowing so low that her head approached the floor. For some reason, her clothes were completely dry. It doesn't do us any good just standing around here. Can you show us the way? Certainly. There is a relatively safe place nearby. I will take you there. Relatively safe? That was about the same as saying that everywhere else was dangerous. We turned around and started heading back to the corridor we'd been washed down. I looked at a panel and finally realized that we were in Zweitstock, basement level 2. We went into a nearby attraction. So are we the only folk here? I don't know. I'm currently investigating. Yeah, right. Investigating what? I thought as we walked. What is it? 3 other people are approaching. What? For a while I wondered what was going to happen to us, but it was one of the female employees that I'd met once before. I'm glad we survived. Hey, aren't you... The girl finally noticed us. I didn't think there'd be anyone else here. Yeah, how are you? About as good as I look, I suppose. Seems like you had a rough time of it too. Yeah, lucky guess. Relaxing a bit, I returned his smile. There were 2 people behind the girl. One of them was a girl who I thought was named Coco. Coco's just here now? What the fuck is going on? She was like a figment of kids' imagination before, or like a remnant of a past timeline or something, I don't know. And now she's just here? Oh man, I'm tripping balls. How is this gonna go then? When our eyes met, Coco grinned. Oh, we meet again. It's been a while. It doesn't have to be right now, but Coco, will you tell me a joke later? I'm really in the mood for one. Sure, no problem, I'll think of one. She nodded brightly. The other person was the kid I'd helped to the infirmary. His expression looked darker somehow. If he'd become super upbeat all of a sudden, that would have been weird too, but for some reason it bothered me. Is something wrong with him? He doesn't look so hot. Oh, he's a bit... The attendant hesitated. By the way, hey Sora, do you have any idea what our situation is? The girl attendant addressed the question to the staff member in the dress. Well, the communication lines are down. I've been investigating ways to restore our connection, but it's going to take some time. The attendant called Sora said this. In that case, let's go to the central control room. We can monitor things in detail from there, right? That sounds good. I wish I were more useful. Don't worry about it, Sora. With that, the girl addressed me again. We're going down to Drite Stock, the 3rd floor underwater. You're coming, right? Yeah, I'll go. We took an emergency corridor behind one of the attractions. It looked like there were a number of these narrow corridors above and below other corridors and rooms. I figured that they were probably used as shortcuts by employees as well. My name's Yu. Yu Tanaka. My real name's really a lot longer, just call me Yu. What's your name? I'm Takeshi. Takeshi Kuranari. Good to know you, Yu. It's really confusing that you call yourself Yu. The whole time the girl in dark clothes silently watched our exchange. We went down the stairs together. Me, Coco, Yu, Sora, the kid, the girl in black, 6 of us in total. Wait, 6? Who's missing? Sarah's missing. Why is Sarah gone now? We've got Coco instead of Sarah. We arrived at Drite's stock, the 3rd floor underwater. We used the ladder in the emergency corridor to descend another corridor and turned around the corner. Control room. It seemed this was the central control room. What do you think? Can you learn anything from the computers here? Let's see. It looks like directly accessing it would be the fastest route. Sora's faced the monitor and held up both hands. Instantly, the content of the screen began to change, with a number of windows opening, closing, and searches for data underway. Hey, you can operate these computers without even touching them? I got the latest cell phone and it's got a touch panel. And it's got a kinetic recharge function. What's that? Huh? Oh, it means that even if the battery dies, if you walk around with it or shake it, it'll recharge itself. Takes a while though. I took my PDA from my pocket and lent it to Coco. Like this? Coco took the PDA and shook it, using short movements like she was shaking maracas. Yeah, like that. The lamp that had indicated the battery was dead lit up. Oh, you're right. The harder you shake it, the more it lights up. The lamp flickered. I didn't know if she was having fun or what, but Coco kept her maraca act up for a while. Looked like the PDA wasn't broken. All I had to do was wait, and it would probably work again. It seemed the professional diving waterproof specifications that it boasted were actually true. Sora typed quietly on the keyboard. What? She was typing the keyboard, but it looked like her hands weren't even touching the keyboard. I figured that was my imagination. How is the keyboard making keyboard noises? I've learned something. Sora said it in a business-like manner. She seemed done with the computer. Everyone looked at her. Everyone, please be calm. As she said that, I noticed she looked a little pale. The room went quiet as the focus shifted to her. First, the first floor, Erste Boden. The whole floor is flooded except for one segment of stairs. Flooded? The whole first floor? Yes, all of the partitions have dropped, and it is impossible to get through any of its corridors. In other words, there's no way up. That is correct. As for White Stock and Drite Stock, the watertight doors did not close in time, and Sector 3 is completely flooded. All other sectors on the other floors are currently fine. However, some rooms do have water from the flood we just experienced. Currently, the bilge pumps are functioning, but it will take a lot of time for the water to completely drain. The bilge pumps are functioning? When we were a kid, the bilge pumps were broken. Bilge pumps? Does that mean we have electricity? Let's see. Some parts of the electric system, including the elevator, are not functioning. The cause of this is unclear, but it would seem that the circuit damage in each section is playing a role. That is another reason why I was not able to survey the situation adequately before. What does that mean she wasn't able to? Something about her words nagged at my mind, but I listened to the rest of what she had to say. However, the generator is functioning normally and supplying power. So as long as the generator is operating as well as the circuitry, the water should be cleared with time. Incidentally, the internal air pressure of the complex is 1 atmosphere. The air is 22% oxygen, 75% nitrogen, 3% helium, and the temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. So what you're basically saying is, we're safe for a while, right? I'm sorry, that is correct. Everyone, we will be forced to wait inside the complex for a while. For a while? How long is that? Until help comes. I'm continuously sending out requests for assistance, however, right now there is no guarantee that it will reach anyone. All communication lines to Incel Null, including the emergency ones, have been physically severed and are unusable. I have also been attempting to make contact via a seafloor cable network using sonar. Right now, I cannot estimate when the network will be back online. So we're like little kids lost smack in the middle of the ocean, and nobody can hear our SOS. Exactly. Those were the cold hard facts we had to face. There was every reason for everyone to get depressed. I sighed. Alright, we're gonna stay in good spirits. One of the group was determined to dispel the gloomy atmosphere. You spoke so fast it was almost scary. I'm a first year student at Hugh McKen Girls College. I work here at part-time. My name is Yubei Seiharu Kana. Usually she doesn't say her whole name. Wait, that's different. He said... Okay, we gotta stop for a second. Do you remember when kids said... Aki. Aki means autumn. And he was like, Aki, that's weird. Maybe if there's someone with Aki, there's someone with the name Spring. If there's someone named Autumn, there must be someone named Spring. Haru is Spring. Yubei say Haru Kana. Her name's different. Her name is with Spring instead of Autumn. Interesting. And she gave away her name right away. I'll be your guide until the rescue team comes. So this is a different person? Because we're on a different timeline? I don't fucking know. I'm sure we'll figure it all out eventually. Hey, wait. What'd you just say? I'm a freshman at Kumakin Girls College. I work here part-time and only over the holidays. Well, I'm kinda new to this whole tour thing, but I'll be leading the tour. No, after that. Huh? You mean my name? Yubei say Harukana Tanaka. Yubei say what? Yubei say Harukana Tanaka. I can't get my tongue around that. That's why I said you can call me Yu. The long name is a pain, isn't it? I have a question. Another Gloom Destroyer appeared? What might that be? Can I call you Naku? Yes, please do. And what is your name? Koko Yagami. And this is Pee-Pee. Oh wow. Her pet dog appeared from nowhere. So, instead of Sarah calling her Naku, Coco's gonna call her Naku? Boy, she's full of energy. Leave it to elementary school kids. And how old are you? I'm in 9th grade. What? Well, what's the matter? No, it's nothing. I thought in that surprises never cease. Okay, nice to meet you, Coco and Pee-Pee. Thank you. Woof. What a cute dog. Bow wow. And so smart too. I think so too. I wondered if maybe there wasn't enough oxygen in the room. I was getting a headache. I thought because they were being stupid. The girl in the black clothes gave our upbeat companions a cool stare. You noticed the look. How about you over there? Huh? Why are you asking me? Aren't you together? Stupid, what are you talking about? What's that supposed to mean? Tsugumi. I realized the girl had spoken. Tsugumi Kamachi. It was just loud enough to make out what she was saying. That's my name. Hi Tsugumi, nice to meet you. She turned her back. She shrugged slightly. I thought Tsugumi might have been embarrassed. There was something kind of cute about her. Tsugumi. I think that's a bird's name. I remember her tugging me along in the aquarium and running like the wind. Thanks for helping me back there? Hey Tsugumi, thanks for helping me back there. I walked over to her and said this. What are you talking about? You saved me in the aquarium, right? I didn't mean to save you. You were in the way. What? If you tumbled there, you would have been in the way. I mean, you were an obstacle. Tsugumi looked annoyed as she said this. This chick's intense. And scary. In my mind, I retracted my earlier thoughts about her being cute. Tsugumi and I glared at each other for a while. Hey, you two, let's get along now. You jumped in between us. I walked away from Tsugumi and she looked away from me. Sora, it's your turn to introduce yourself. You, who was totally in control of the situation, turned to Sora, who was working on the computer. Oh, you mean me? Sora took her hands from the machine and came towards us, as if she was gliding. Pardon me for the belated introduction. I am Sora Gasaki. I am a system engineer in Lemu's development division. Actually, I'm the assistant chief. Assistant chief, huh? Assistant chief, so you're pretty high up then. Only a name. I'm really just an assistant, it's no big deal. But hey, Sora, weren't you up at the gate above ground? You were giving some kind of explanation at the entrance, right? I only heard half of it, but... Oh, you might be right. Are you the girl from before? That's right, so you noticed. We're short of people here. From time to time I do that kind of work. Sora smiled. I'm Takeshi Kuranari. I'm 20. I'm a junior at university. Nice to meet you. Yes, nice to meet you. Yep, mucho gusto. Everyone laughed cheerfully. Dumb. Everyone laughed except Tsugumi, that is. It took a little effort, but the atmosphere finally loosened up. You started gathering us up. Okay, now everyone? Now it's time we just started having so much fun, it's time to say goodbye. Naku, wait a second. We haven't asked someone's name yet. Coco pointed to the corner of the room. Do you mean me? Woof, we'd completely forgotten him. You've been quiet the whole time, trying to stay out of the way and mostly kept to the corner of the room. You looked at the boy, and it looked like your face stiffened a little. So let's ask. What's your name? Coco tilted her head as she asked him the question. He looked down. I couldn't figure out what he was waiting for. Who am I? Huh? What? Huh? I can't remember. My name. Maybe you got amnesia? Retrograde. Amnesia. Refers to memories lost for a certain period of time, It is more common with new memories than with old memories. During the period of memory loss, if the person has no memories at all, it is called complete amnesia, but in instances in which some memories can be recalled, it is called partial amnesia. Generally, amnesia results from trauma to the head, epileptic seizures, mental diseases, and disorders that manifest themselves as memory impairments. When a person has trouble recollecting events prior to the impairment, it is called retrograde amnesia. An instance in which memory impairment is significant and continues after consciousness is restored is known as anterograde amnesia. Amnesia caused by inherent mental factors is referred to as organic amnesia, while that induced by psychological stress is typically known as psychogenic amnesia, hysterical amnesia being the most typical example. This is an affliction in which the victim often cannot recall knowledge relating to his or her personal history, such as one's name, history, family, or friends, and is often a reaction to incidents too hard to endure, which incite an unconscious desire to escape, forget, or repress these experiences or events. Symptoms do not manifest in any particular way physically, and a person's brain functioning remains normal. People found wandering in this state are often taken in, or seek help from authorities such as the police. Is it the abandonment of Sarah and stuff that causes him to lose his memory? Is that what causes the amnesia? I don't know. Young people in their 20s under severe psychological stress, such as those facing domestic violence or academic problems, marriage or financial difficulties, are the most typical victims. However, this illness can be used as a cover for criminal activities, and it can be difficult to detect the difference. This is especially seen in individuals with demonstrative personalities or a pathological tendency to lie. Normally in a few days or months, or with the help of hypnosis or shock therapy, the memory should return. Complete amnesia can be spurred by retrograde life amnesia. Memories are usually restored gradually, beginning with older ones, and treatment methods include psychiatric care and hypnosis, both narcotic and naturally induced. Amnesia? That's right, you can't remember anything. Did you suffer a concussion? You might have bumped your head severely somewhere. Yeah, you could have taken a tumble, like when trying to escape. Tagumi let loose a nasty snort when I said tumble. I don't know, I don't remember anything. Hey, where is this? We're in Limu, a marine theme park. Lamai? The kid glanced at Coco. He tilted his head. Coco was playing rock, paper, scissors with her dog Pee-Pee. How good can a dog be at rock, paper, scissors? They'll always play paper, won't they? That's all they can do. We moved to a room with a kiosk in it. Thankfully, at least the electric drink dispenser was working. Each person poured the drink they wanted in a paper cup. For now, let's just make a toast and pray to everyone's safety. Cheers. Okay then, cheers. Cheers. The string of events leading to the sudden toast went something like this. Hey kid, don't you know anything about before? Not even something personal about yourself? What do I know? Oh, I know I'm kinda thirsty. That was the reason. But reason aside, we needed a breather, so the timing was good. Hey Sora, what about you? Don't you want a drink? Sora was standing stiffly. No thanks, I'm not thirsty. Well, how about taking a load off? You've been standing the whole time. I'm fine, but thanks for your concern. Sure, I thought. Sora seemed older than me. She seemed polite and serious. She seemed the typical Japanese woman. Prim and proper could be one way of describing Sora. I look around at my surroundings. Yu was next to the kid and chatting with him. Sometimes he would laugh or shake his head weakly. I could overhear bits of their conversation. They were talking about his memory. It's not that out of the ordinary. You'll be fine, it'll fix itself in no time. It looked like the two of them were drinking orange juice. Tsugumi was way off from everyone and looking into the distance. I had no idea what she was drinking. I didn't even have any idea what she was thinking either. After agonizing over whether to drink apple juice or cocoa, Coco finally decided on both. But she proceeded to forget about her drink immediately, and Coco took hold of Pee-Pee's front legs and started dancing around. It was a cute scene. After things had calmed down, Yu and everyone gathered in front of the kiosk. For a while, it looks like we're going to have to spend time in Limu, so there are a few things I want to go over. First is what has happened. Next is what we should do now. Yu, would you mind if I address the first of those topics? Please do, Sora. Sora stood in front of everyone and held out her arms. Suddenly, a holographic window materialized in the air. I had no idea how the whole system worked, but I figured it was the same one they had used at the entrance to the park. I will explain. And this is what she said. 12:45 PM. Suddenly a blackout occurred. Cause unknown. Next, the emergency alarms began ringing. The cause of this was also unknown. 12:54 PM. The incel null elevator shaft shifted to its emergency power source, and an evacuation order was issued for the entire complex. Employees and visitors evacuated the premises. At this point, some people panicked, and in the confusion opened the emergency corridor to the outside without going through decompression. It is highly probable that they're experiencing some decompression sickness at this moment. The emergency corridor to the outside was left open for several minutes. 1:03 PM. The opening of the emergency corridor disrupted the air pressure balance inside the complex, and the devices responsible for adjusting the air pressure encountered problems. The complex started automatically pulling in air from the outside. As a result, the mixture of gas in the complex designed to maintain 6 atmospheres of air pressure escaped. Apparently, helium, which is lighter than oxygen or nitrogen, leaked out first. Air pressure in the complex has dropped to 1 atmosphere, the same level as outside. 2:39 PM. The major power source came back online. The MMIH, the computer system responsible for overseeing Lemieux, rebooted and reset the air pressure adjustment mechanism. The air ventilation ducts were closed. However, Lemieux was built to saturation diving specifications, meaning that as long as the internal air pressure was the same level or higher than the outside water pressure, it was designed not to collapse. Which meant 3:55 PM. When the internal air pressure dropped to 1 atmosphere, it became impossible for the external partitions to withstand the external water pressure, causing the glass to crack under the pressure, thus resulting in flooding. Subsequently, to minimize the damage from the flooding, the emergency watertight doors had automatically shut, which brought us up to speed. I would like to be able to gauge the current situation more accurately, however, some monitors and sensors are still not functioning normally. As a result, I can't obtain accurate data, and can only provide an outline of the situation. Hey, sorry to ask you the same question again, but the first floor above us is flooded, yeah? Correct. I requested information from our complex management system, the MMIH, and it has been confirmed. So we can't get out of here. Currently, the top priority is requesting assistance, so I'm doing my utmost to get the communication system back online. I must request your patience. Sora bowed her head. I was feeling depressed again. I didn't want to admit it, but we were in deep trouble. Well, all we can do now is just wait for help, right? You just keep trying to make everyone feel better, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you prefer my dark, despondent, we're doomed approach? That's not what I'm saying. Anyway, how about another drink? You came out with a huge industrial-sized bottle and held it up comically. I just can't get over how cheerful you are, given how totally screwed we are. I complained again without thinking. I said that's not it at all. I'm like this precisely because of the situation. You said this with a bit of a sulk. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. Here you go. She filled my cup to the brim with juice. Hey, hey! Well, most of it was just bubbles. This is good, isn't it? Thanks for the juice. Anytime, and it's on the house. You mean I don't have to pay when I'm about to die? You shouldered the massive bottle and took it back inside the shop. I'm gonna sue this place for all the juice that it has got. I'm gonna have a lifetime supply of juice after this. Carrying it, she teetered like a penguin, which is funny because it really didn't suit her. Gee, she's a funny one. I laughed without thinking. Tsugumi was leaning against the shop wall and stared after you. Her face was expressionless. I wonder what she's thinking. I have no idea. Even if she was going to wait for help, we can't just sit in our butts doing nothing, right? I casually tried to strike up a conversation with Tsugumi. You act like you're all serious, but there's really nothing going on in that head of yours, is there? What? That's not true. I'm always thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking of a way to keep us from getting bored. I read it off the first thing that jumped to my mind. Sure, whatever. Tsugumi gave me an annoyed look. She seemed exasperated. I didn't want her to expect anything from me, but her attitude was frustrating. Ugh. Hey, alright, everyone listen up. I have an idea. I called to everyone. Huh? What? What's the matter, Takeshi, all of a sudden? What happened? Everyone gathered around. We're not going to accomplish anything just spending time like this, right? So I thought, why don't we all split up and look around the complex? Sure, why? Don't you think it'd be safer staying in one place? No, I think we should check to see if staying in one place and doing nothing is really the safest thing to do. You know, walk around, see what we can find and scope out any dangers. And if we find some, we can tell everyone to watch out for them, or do something to get rid of them. And we can see if there isn't a safer place, and then we could all gather there. But Takeshi, It's not like the rescue squad is about to burst in the door. So if we're going to have to be here in Lamu for half a day or so, then we should find out what kind of place this is and get to know it like our own house. In that case, I can provide you with an abundance of information. No, that's not what I mean. Listen, Sora, you have to look after the communications network, right? You were just talking about how some sensors or monitors weren't working right, and you can't get a full sense of the current situation. Oh, I see. You clap your hands together. So while Sora's trying to send an SOS, we should use our own 2 legs and see what kind of situation we're in. How about it? Sora, that would be easier on you, wouldn't it? Yes, I suppose it would, but there are still the dangers. It seems that Sora was unsure. Alright, I'll go then. Tsugumi suddenly laughed. It looked like she were laughing, but her lips curled nastily. Hey Tsugumi, where are you going? We're gonna split up and check things out, right? Tsugumi's expression was blank again. Turning around, she headed for the entrance to the emergency corridor. Hey, you can't just... Come back here. Hey, idiot! She was already out of sight. Her shoes clacked on the metal stairs as she climbed. Tsugumi's gone. What are we gonna do? I'm worried. Sora's brow furrowed and her expression stiffened. I think it's alright. The kid had broken his silence, and I was a little surprised. It's like Takeshi said, it doesn't do us any good to just stay here. He continued without pausing. Tsugumi just went onto the 2nd floor. I bet she's gonna look around there. So why don't we look around the 3rd floor? Alright, then I'm in. Okay, let's do that then. Sounds like a plan. I gave a big nod. I guess there's nothing I can do to stop you. Please be careful, everyone. Sora finally nodded slightly. Once everyone's minds were set, things picked up. Alright, we need to wrap it up, because we're out of time, but yeah, it looks like it's all brand new. Everything's so different. I know we're a different character, but the events should be the same. But it's a different year. We've got Coco instead of Sarah. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.